Sena 50R promises premium Harman Kardon sound, rock-solid Mesh 2.0, and glove-friendly control in a low-profile package. Either we've reached helmet comm nirvana or we're signing up for another round of expensive confusion. On paper it's stacked: Bluetooth 5 multi-channel open mesh with 9 comm channels, fast charging that nets hours in minutes, and hands-free access to Hey Siri and Hey Google. Sounds like the perfect writing buddy. But here's the thing, specs rarely tell the full story. I strapped the 50R on 3 different helmets and put in just over 1,000 miles across city, highway, and canyon rides to see if it actually delivers. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 3 weeks of testing. Here's what the 50R claims to do: keep you seamlessly connected to your group, pump out premium audio, and survive real riding conditions without drama. Key marketing promises: Mesh 2.0 with multi-channel open mesh for easy group chats and quick reconnections. Sound by Harman Kardon for richer, clearer speakers and a better mic. Bluetooth 5 with voice assistant access for music, calls, and GPS. Low-profile rugged build that handles the elements. Sounds dialed right. Pretty bold claims for a unit sitting around 298.83 with a 4.2 rating on Amazon. But here's where things get interesting. Reality check. They claim low-profile unit, big sound. What you actually get is excellent clarity and punch when the speakers are positioned perfectly, but placement is everything. Here's why. The Harman Kardon drivers shine only when they're centered over your ear canal and sealed by your padding. A few millimeters off and you lose bass. Evidence: in my Shuigi TRII, I got crisp mids and legit bass. In a more open ADV lid, volume was high but low end thinned out until I adjusted the pads. They claim Mesh 2.0 makes group comms effortless. What you actually get is good reliability with a few caveats. Here's why. Mesh shines in open terrain and mid-sized groups, but urban clutter and tight canyons still chew up range. Sena's ideal range numbers assume line of sight. In the real world, we saw 0.2 to 0.4 miles between riders in the city, stretching towards 0.6 0.8 on open highway. The plot twist: when a rider dropped out, reconnection usually happened automatically within 10-20 seconds, which is solid. But if your pack gets strung out, expect dropouts. Several user reviews echo the same pattern. Great when you're together, finicky when you're not. They claim fast charge and all-day power. What you actually get is enough juice for most days, but Mesh eats battery. Here's where it gets mathematically impossible. You can't run max volume, constant mesh, music streaming, and nav prompts for a 10-hour day without topping up. In my tests, mesh-heavy group rides averaged 6-8 hours before the low battery warning. Bluetooth intercom plus music pushed 10-12 hours. The fast charge is legit though. About 20 minutes gave me roughly 3-4 hours of mesh time. They claim convenient voice assistance. Reality: phone assistant triggers are fine, but the on-device voice commands are still a mixed bag at highway speeds and loud helmets. Here's why. Wind noise and crosswinds trip the mic's noise gate. It's better than older Sena units, but not magic. Reaching for buttons still happens. They claim robust, rugged design. You do get a slimmer, more aerodynamic profile than the 50S and better weather resistance. I rode through steady rain and it didn't flinch. But let's be real here. The 3-button layout is less intuitive than a jog dial with winter gloves. If muscle memory matters to you, that's a trade. Here's where things get interesting. Comparing to Cardo's PackDuck Edge, Cardo's voice commands and waterproofing are arguably stronger, and their magnetic mount is clever. But the 50R fights back with cleaner phone call audio and a lower profile that's less likely to snag on jacket collars. Sound quality: the HK speakers are a real step up. Vocals are crisp, podcasts are super intelligible, and bass shows up if your helmet has decent seal. I measured peak volume a touch higher than my older 20S and on par with a PackTalk Bold with JBL. What the marketing doesn't mention: mic boom placement matters. Too far forward and wind sneaks in. Angle it slightly off axis for best noise rejection. Battery life: expect roughly 8 hours in mesh-heavy days and 12-ish on Bluetooth intercom with music. Fast charge is the sleeper feature. A coffee stop can rescue your afternoon. Here's what nobody tells you: volume and constant group chatter are the battery killers more than music itself. Build and controls: low-profile chassis hugs the shell and looks stealth. Weather performance was drama-free in rain. The downside: 3 small buttons demand precise presses with thick gloves, especially for channel switching. That's not switching, that's expensive confusion in heavy traffic. If you want a jog dial, the 50S is the better pick. Connectivity and app. The app has improved, but pairing a mixed brand group is still a chore. Universal intercom works, but audio quality drops and range shrinks when bridging to non-Sena units. Several Amazon reviewers rated it down for setup headaches after firmware updates. Tip: update firmware at home, not in the garage 5 minutes before a group ride. Verdict: recommended for riders who value a low-profile, weather-ready communicator with genuinely better audio and solid mesh reliability in realistic group sizes. Pros: rich Harman Kardon sound, strong phone call clarity, fast charging that actually saves your day, rugged profile that stays out of the wind. Cons: 3-button controls are less glove-friendly than a jog dial, mesh range is reality-bound in cities, and mixed brand groups can be messy. At $298.83, it's fairly priced against premium rivals. Skip this unless you actually ride in groups or want the audio upgrade. Otherwise, the 50S or a budget Bluetooth unit might make more sense. Worth it if you want premium sound in a sleek shell and plan to use mesh. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Got questions about pairing, speaker placement, or mesh settings? Drop them in the comments. Next up, I'm putting the 50R head-to-head with the PackTalk Edge in a highway wind noise torture test. Ride smart, ride connected, and stay savage out there.